What's up, power players, periscopers? It's been a while, and thanks for watching the replay. If you haven't been on my replay, and if you haven't seen KarlSchuckert in a while, he's back, and he's on a new mission. So definitely wanted to get a few people on here to join with me here. So how are we all doing, man? How's everybody doing? It's been a while. So I give you guys a little bit of an update. And I've got a message, as always. What's up, my man, John? How's things going, brother? Hope you guys are doing good. So let me try to fix myself up here so I don't look too weird. You missed the lake. I know. I wish I had some pictures for you guys. It's been snowing. It's been incredibly beautiful up at the lake. Things have been going good. So yeah. So I hope you guys have been killing it as well. It's been a while, like I said, though. It's been a while since I've had my my scope-a-thons, man. I was crushing out tons of scopes for a while, and then it's just, you know, it got cut off. Life happened, man. Life happened. Things are going on. Been super busy lately. Been kind of just reminiscing, okay? Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to sit back and just reminisce about what happened to you. Some amazing things have happened to me in the last 6 months. Totally, John, man. I totally understand it. So last 6 months, some amazing stuff I've met in the last 6 months. I just wanted to sit back and kind of, not really sit back, but just kind of collect my thoughts and think about, think about the things that I've gotten to do, the things I've gotten to witness, the people that I've gotten to meet, the places I've gotten to go, the experiences that I've gotten to have and in this journey of life. And so, you know, it's all these things are things that I was just envisioning years ago, you know, that I would be hanging out with power players, you know, in the internet marketing world, in the marketing world. And so I just, you know, I needed a little bit of a break to kind of think about that stuff and reminisce and then think about where am I going from here. And so I still have an ultimate goal. I have major stuff that's going on around me. I've got some announcements that I'll probably talk about a little bit later on this scope. But there's some things that happen, okay? Because, you know, as humans, we're very emotional creatures, okay? No matter what our thinking types are or whatever we may say in the NLP world, we're still all very emotional type people. In fact, all of our decisions typically are made off of emotions. And so what we have in life is we get really excited and we have these highs and we have these lows. And one thing I've noticed is that sometimes when you have these amazing, super high goals and you start to achieve them, you have these amazing rushes of high. But what happens on the back end that people don't realize and they don't see is sometimes you have these lows. And these lows that you make, you know, you have like, you know, I think even on my scopes I would talk about like self-chatter and self-doubt and stuff like that. Well, you know, it's amazing how far you can get, how far you know, no matter how far you think you can get or how far you can picture, you need to think further beyond that, because the only way you're going to hit it is if you aim a lot further. You know, like people, the old saying, if you aim for the stars and hit the moon, it's not a bad thing. But what if you were actually aiming for the moon? Energy spent needs energy recharging. Exactly. So that's what I've been doing, guys. That's what I've been up to. That's why I haven't done a scope. So I apologize that I haven't had a chance to get out there with my message. Again, I've got tons of things that I'm aiming for Mars. Right on, man. I think NASA's aiming for Mars. So if you're going to aim for Mars, where should you be aiming at? You should be aiming for Saturn, Pluto. You should be aiming for a totally different galaxy, right? We should be thinking bigger and more abundant for us to hit that. You know, it's amazing. I hear stories all the time by people that I'm surrounded by other amazing people that they're surrounded by, and it's all just a learning experience. We're all just kind of like, you know, our emotions, right? They're just carrying us around through all these things, even though we're trying to make a logical reason on why we're doing something, or a logical idea on like, here's what I'm going to do, here's my picture, this is what I'm going to do. But in that same picture, looking back into that picture, we get pushed around and carried around and drug around sometimes. And sometimes we end up going into other people's visions and stuff like that. But you have to just sometimes sit back and then regather, relook. And so that's really what I've been up to, is just thinking about where do I want to go next. And like I said, I've had this huge vision, but I also have tons. What happens when you start getting around other major influential people is you get influenced as well. So learn, earn, and pay the way. Yeah. Pave the way, pay it first, pay it forward. What's up, man? What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a fantastic day as well, and it's good to see you here. So we got a few people, and today what I wanted to talk about is highs and lows, and to be aware of these things, okay? Because it's awesome, guys. It's freaking awesome to have super highs, but sometimes on the back end you have these super lows, and the lows aren't a bad thing. It's because you made it so far, then you start having these new ideas, these new self-doubts, these new things that come and hit you from different places, no matter how positive you are. I mean, I don't care. Positivity is something you can absolutely control, but you also have areas that in your life, thanks, man. You have areas in your life where, when you have new influences around you that are easy for you to identify with yourself quickly, and you start to implode. And so what I want you guys to do is just, sit back sometimes and enjoy life, okay? Enjoy the things that you take for granted, even on these new highs, because with new highs, you also create some kind of like ego. Sometimes I catch myself, yeah, man, totally street style. So sometimes I catch myself with a little bit of an ego, which is stupid. Like why? We are, like, if you look at the grand scheme of the world and the universe and how big everything is, we're so small. Our little egos, like, no matter how rich you are. The other thing that's funny is, I'm thinking about this, is I live in a very wealthy area. I'm very fortunate to live in a very wealthy area. Now, because of the businesses that we're involved with, we work a lot with the public. And I've noticed that there's these different levels of people in society that have money. When you know self, you can choose your path. Pondering the way keeps you centered. Thank you. Hello, Carl. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. How are you? So, there's these different levels that people are at, okay? Welcome back. Thank you. There's these different levels, all right? Now, what I found is that when I met people that are ultra wealthy, like super uber ultra wealthy, that they're very grounded people. They're not high egotistical, self-centered people. In fact, these people don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting dirty with you sometimes. Those are the people that are amazing. But then you have all these people in between fighting to get to that position that have these major egos for whatever reason. Okay, I can't explain it to you on why they do it. But the only thing I can do is think about how I can control myself and be self-aware. So really, that's what I'm asking you guys to do today, is to be self-aware of yourself. Love the Halloween pics. Thank you. Yeah, Madison was she was Anna. So if you saw the pics, then you know John. And yeah, it was awesome. It was actually her first Halloween where she actually got to do some trick-or-treating. Yes, there are more normal people than lesser rich. Yeah. So yeah, that was amazing. As a father, as a parent, for you guys out there that are parents, you know that the first time you took your kids out to do Halloween is probably a pretty amazing thing. And every year it's an amazing thing. We actually waited in line for like an hour at the local college here because they did this whole special thing for kids, and it was amazing. She had an amazing time, and it's just a beautiful, blessed thing to be involved with parenthood. So, Akumi, sorry. That's okay. So I got a little noise in the background, no worries. So it's much fun with kids. So yeah, my message today, guys, really is just be self-aware of your heights and your lows. In life, we have these amazing heights, and in that time, embrace it, remember it. Think about how you got there. Think about the hard work, the pain, the pleasure, the sweat, the tears, the blood, everything that it took you to get there. Remember that stuff because you can still do it again. Now, what happens past the low? Okay, so you go up. After that, you have this quiet time because being an entrepreneur is actually kind of a lonely thing. I found this especially early on when I decided, you know what? Forget working for the man. I'm going to start doing my own thing. Guys, it was lonely for like 2 years. I was sitting here on my computer, busting away, busting my chops, learning the skills, learning Facebook marketing, learning how to do videos, how to build studios, how to do these things that are amazing that people need to learn. These are things that are skills that people pay other people big dollars, but you can learn these things in the comfort of your own home. And that is, yeah, awareness, internet, and belief. Intent and belief, sorry, yeah. So yeah, dude, like Rob, man, whoever's there doesn't know Rob, follow Rob. I hope he does some periscopes. That guy's unbelievable. He's a motivational speaker of mankind, and he definitely has a message that will help change people's lives. So Rob, if you put your information up again, I highly recommend people follow you. And I haven't been on lately, but if you're not doing scopes, man, I challenge you, brother. I challenge you to start doing some scopes. Thumbs up, man, 2 thumbs up. So my big announcements too today is I've got a lot of things. I've got like a plan for the rest of the next 4 or 5 months, what I'm going to be doing. I'm definitely going to be helping Chris out with some of his projects, but I'm also going to be getting into some new businesses. Yeah, man. Challenge you, man. I challenge you. Challenge you. Get out there. Do some scopes. So I need to challenge myself to do some because it's been a while. But going on that, I've decided I'm going to start doing a couple other new businesses. And some people might say, Karl, how do you have time? Because I make time. You know, we have a kid, we have a couple of full-time businesses. I have a wife, trying to get her more involved with this as well. And I think that's what's going to help with our time management. But I'm also working these entrepreneur hours. I just put the kid to sleep. We're going to work till 2 a.m. in the morning today. And I'm getting in the Shopify business. Shopify. Let's see here. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see him too. So I'm going to jump into the e-commerce business, and I am going to record everything I do. I'm going to basically be like my own personal self-study. I'm going to start learning under some of the great people. I've got a couple of good friends that are in the business, and I'm basically going to start to kind of lean on them. I'm going to start hitting that up hard. I've got other stuff also in the works. I've got a couple of different, I've got the outsourcing gig that's going to be coming out soon, and our tracker software that's going to be coming out soon. But I'm also going to be hitting big on advertisement with Facebook, YouTube, and maybe I might dabble a little bit again with Google Analytics. But I'm going to give you a very, very, very key here. I'm using a piece of software that actually lets me price out all the keywords in that industry, and I'm just going to hit the lowballing ones and just test it, okay? But the thing is, I'm going to record it all because I want to teach people how I did it and on my journey. Now, my journey could be different than everybody else, but guys, I don't know anything. I'm not smart. I'm not brilliant. I don't know anybody. I know a couple of people in the industry that have been doing it, but they can't guarantee me their success either. I don't even know if I'm going to be successful. I'm just going to jump both feet in and get my hands dirty and see what happens. You know, and the funny thing is that when I was a little kid, I dreamt that I owned my own magazine. Well, today I can own my own magazine that sells stuff with Shopify. Yeah, Sean, it's good to see you too, man. It's been a while for sure. So I don't know if I can do too many scopes like I was doing. I can tell you that it's definitely time consuming, and it does take a lot of energy out of you to do it, but you know, it's something that I actually love doing. I love being able to talk to people that are close, and I've met so many new friends because of Periscope, so I love it. So it's definitely something I'm going to continue to do. And awesome, Rob. Good to hear you're going to be doing it too. I'm jumping in, man. I'm going in both feet first, hot. And all the information I've learned loves Shopify. Yeah, all the stuff I've learned recently in the last couple of years, especially with Facebook marketing, I feel like I could absolutely crush it with Facebook marketing and Shopify. And one of the strategies, I'll share with you guys, one of the strategies, it's nothing magical or anything new that maybe you've heard or haven't heard before, but I'm going to do the free plus shipping because I've been seeing guys, been witnessing people in groups in Facebook that are hitting like 4,000 or 5,000 sales in a couple of days with just doing free plus shipping offers. And I found tons of products out there that will drop ship that I don't have to hold on to, and I can do free plus shipping and build a mega list like that. So I'm going to be hitting that, and I'm also going to be, like I said, I'm going to be recording it. I'm going to be a case study. I'm going to turn myself into a case study that one of my friends could use, maybe I could use in the future, I don't know. But that's really my message. That was my announcement today, and that's now kind of to back up, we can talk a little bit more. Show me how. I will, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be recording it. I'm going to be my own case study. I will talk about the negative stuff, the stuff that nobody probably wants you to know about, and I'm going to talk about the stuff that works. Hopefully I'll talk more about the stuff that works, but typically you take a lot of failure before you can have success. And I know that, and I've got that drilled in my mind since I was born. So it's something that you got to do as an entrepreneur. A list of 30,000 for free. Yeah, you have a list. Cool. We have an actual testimonial here with someone that built a list with, did you just say 30,000? Say that again. You built a list of 30,000 people with doing free plus shipping and handling. That's friggin' awesome. Again, another reason why a lot of people should do it. Now think about this. We only got a few people on this Periscope, but think about this, okay? There's a big shift going in that direction right now. I feel it. I see it. Yeah, 30,000 from free. That's friggin', I applaud you, bro. That's awesome. That is super sick. Yeah, that's super sick. Yeah, totally, man. Why not share it? I mean, the right person's the only one that's going to listen to it anyway. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% follow, cool. That's awesome. That happened. But there is definitely a huge paradigm shift going on right now into this market, into this world, because they're seeing that the opportunity is there, and that this is the short little time frame that we have that we can actually inject ourselves into it. But think about it, like, think big, okay? We have, what, 330 million people, maybe more, maybe a few less, in America. Less than 1%, less than like 0.03% are actual business owners, like in that industry. So it's a very small general store with niche products. Yeah, totally. Yeah, question for you on that too. Are you on your store, is it a general store, is it a big store, or is it just a few things but niche specific with the one thing that's sticking out as free plus shipping, or is it one thing sticking out free plus shipping with this huge catalog on the back end? I'm just curious if you don't mind answering that question. And that help the rest of us on this call as well, because I've been in the research and development mode right now, the R&D phase of the Shopify experience. Just right now, that's where I'm at. I signed up for Chris Records offer, the Shopify webinar. Cool. Yeah, that's a super solid offer. We're all friends with the guys that are actually coming out with that product, so it's a very, very good product. It's had a major success, and for the price, you're not going to be able to beat it. There was a product out there like the amazing Amazon store. That was a $5,000 product. There was another product that came out, which was an e-com like Experts Academy type product. It was like a $1,000 product, but this product for like $3,000 that just recently came out. I know it's solid. I know the guys that are doing it. They're very solid. These guys are actually doing it. They're not just like performers or actors or anything like that. These guys they're not really like salespeople either. They're people that are actually doing it. Justin and Robert, both those guys are super, super solid people. So if you signed up with Chris, definitely, I don't even know what his bonus is. We've been actually, me and Chris have been talking about this since 3C, the first 3C. So almost like 5 months ago, we've been talking about doing it. And him and I still actually might do something, maybe like a couple different products. But yeah, dude, it works. Are you in that class, or which class do you have? Just wondering. Anyway, that's going to be a super, super sick software, and they're by a great, great group of guys that are, it's actually, when that launch goes out, I would predict it's going to be possibly $1 million launch. I'm going to predict that it probably will be, because the people that are all aligned in that launch, it's simply amazing. And it's amazing to get to see some of that stuff on the back end, but it's inspired me to like get out, like stop sitting, like I felt like this. I felt like I was sitting on the sidelines. I'm watching all the players play. They're making money, they're having fun, they're talking about it, they're sharing what they're took off with e-com launch. Yeah, 3 months ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like I'm sitting here 3 months ago watching the players play, sitting back thinking, how can I do this? Like I'm watching how these guys do it. I'm talking to them, I'm having meetings with them, I'm seeing the results that they're doing, but I'm just sitting here on the sidelines, and like it's like, dude, it's like free money almost. Not everybody has success. Obviously, your success is ultimately up to you, and you got to fail. You got to fail in this business. That's the thing, is you can't give up. So as soon as you get it out there, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing it. Yo, you got to jump out. Yeah, dude, I got to jump out. I was waiting for my team captain to go, hey, Karl, get out there and play. What are you doing on the sidelines? So that's what happened. Okay, that's what happened for me. My own coach got into me and said, hey, Karl, dude, why are you watching all these people make money in this business when you can do this? You already have all these ideas, all these niche specific ideas. You already have all these fan pages that you've been building that you could start marketing to. Why aren't you doing this? And on top of that, I'm good friends with a guy that teaches you how to build traffic. And he's taught me how to build traffic. So why not? Why not, right? Yeah. Free plus shipping plus bridge pages plus smart member. Is that what you're doing? Awesome, man. That is a fantastic, I know that inside and out. That's a really great way to do it. Time is flexible. Outcome is absolute. Time is flat. Yeah, it's definitely the ultimate laptop lifestyle. There's so many different ways you can do it too. You know, like my wife is actually over a year now. She's been dabbling with Amazon FBA, but the way that we were doing it was not working. It was not effective. It was local arbitrage, and that's just not time. Yeah, time consuming, and yeah, I don't have time to shop around everywhere or go to liquidators and stuff like that. So we actually decided that's not the way to go. It was very profitable. It worked. Amazon is amazing, by the way. If you should be doing both. You should be doing Shopify and Amazon, actually. If you have physical products that you can do drop shipping with, you can do drop shipping with Amazon. You don't have to do FBA. Yeah, dude. AliExpress is a great resource. In fact, you just gave a key to everybody on here that's listening to this message, is that AliExpress is where you can get your drop ship. Okay, so people have to wait maybe 15 days, maybe a little bit longer to get their products, but if you're doing free plus shipping with AliExpress, you're building a huge list that you can market niches to. So like, let's just take golf for instance. Wishcom, Sammy, Dress Gate. I can't really see what you're saying at the end there, but is it wish.com? Yeah, I'm very aware of that. They have an app. All vendors. Cool. They have an app which works great. You get people to download your app once you have an app store, and you have, like today, okay, for instance, I just wanted to see. I saw someone had a scarf thing, had like a skull on it. Someone in some group today was like, hey, check out this free plus shipping offer. It hit 4,000 leads in like a few days. Check this out. So I went there and I went through their funnel because I wanted to learn. I didn't go there to buy it, but I wanted to learn about the funnel. So usually you have to either act like you're going to buy it or actually buy the product, which is fine. It's like $7, big deal. So I went through the funnel, but I went to the buy page and then I bolted out. Okay, I just wanted to see what happens to me once I get to the buy page. Now, they already got my email address and they knew that I didn't buy because their pixel basically said this person didn't buy. So I've already gotten 2 emails today that said, hey, we'd hate for you to miss out on this deal while we still have it, creating urgency. There was a timer on there. There was like little nuances on there that made me want to buy it. Of course, being a marketer, I knew what they were up to, but most people don't understand these things. And it could be. I mean, there's always a little bit of gray area there. Abandoned cart app, yeah. So that person has an app. So what I did is I went to buildit.com, okay? There's another key. Go to buildit.com. I took that person's website and I slapped it onto buildit.com, and guess what information it gave me? It told me every single app, every single type of software, what they're hosting it on, everything about that website, including the buy buttons, Shopify, all that stuff. So I went there and I just did the research and I was like, huh, interesting. So they're using, this is what they're basically using Shopify. Shopify basically just said, okay, let's take all this stuff that we know you need to build a store like that, but normally would take you months to do. So what they did, yeah, buildit.com. What they did is they basically took a site, they took e-commerce sites and they made them easy. So they basically just made this whole platform to make it easy for people to learn. Now, there's still going to be a learning curve, and like our friend here was talking about apps, they have all these apps and they have monthly fees and stuff like that. But if you wanted to do it on your own, you could. Even with Shopify, you can pay like $9 a month for just the buy buttons. And if you have like, for instance, if you have a ClickFunnels account or something like that, you could actually build a store on ClickFunnels and put their buy buttons on there and still have access to everything. There's so many different ways you can do it, and you should just do it whatever's going to work the best for you. But what they did is they just made it easier for people like us. I'm not a very techie person. I like to think I'm a little bit nerdy and a little bit techie, but I'm not. I don't know code. I don't know how to do that stuff. I just know like I can put my focus onto something for, I don't know, a good hour to 2 hours, focus on it hard, learn it, and then spend the rest of the day building it out based off what I just learned. So that is that's how I do it. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going to be focusing really hard right now. Like I said, I'm just putting some of the things on the back burner that I've been working on, and I'm still going to continue to crush out. And the last week and a half or so, just been really trying to figure all these things out. Just been spending doing some research and development. I've had some super highs lately, so it made me think about like being aware of, like, sometimes I'd have like thoughts like maybe this, maybe that, maybe that. And so I was thinking, well, what's the next step? Okay, rather than listening to myself, self-chatter and stuff like that, I was like, what's the next step? The next step is reinvent myself. In fact, that's what you got to do. That's the key, is reinvent yourself over and over and over and over. You have the ability to reinvent yourself every single day you wake up. Okay, I didn't like how yesterday went. Okay, cool, it went like this, didn't really get much done. I thought I was going to do this, ended up getting sidetracked, and okay, well, today I'm going to reinvent myself. Today I'm going to be the person that everybody likes to be around. Today I'm going to contact 10 more people than I normally contact. I'm going to educate more people today about something that I know about or I want to know about, okay? So that's what I started thinking about. I started thinking about, like, how can I start reinventing myself? When are you back in Roseville? Should be next week. I didn't go this week. We got snowed in for 2 days ago. I live on a mountain, and on both sides of my street are like this, okay? And then I'm like right here. So I got to go down this mountain, then back up another mountain, and up a part of a mountain, coming down this. So we got dumped on, tons of snow. I was going to go to Roseville. The day before I went to Roseville, I got stuck on the bottom part. I couldn't even get up here. I had to shovel out snow all the way down my street. Me and my wife shoveled out all this snow all the way down the street. And it sucked because our kids in there. I mean, luckily our house is there, but there's a rule here is that you can't park on the side of the street when there's snow. Your car could get jacked up or towed or something like that because they plow it, but they didn't plow it, dude. I was like, what the heck, man? You guys aren't plowing our streets at all, not putting brine down, not putting anything, but they probably know what they're doing. I'm just probably bitching for no reason. And so basically we had to shovel it all out. And then I just parked my car finally after about like 2 hours of work. And then I was like, nah, I'm not going to Roseville tomorrow. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my time useful. And I'm going to start my Amazon store. So that's what I was doing. Buildit.com. Buildit.com's not working? Well, I will have to do research and find out what the name was. I'm pretty sure it was, maybe it was Built With It. I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Hey, you know what? I will have another scope. I will look that up, and I'll have a quick another scope with you guys. If you don't mind jumping back on, and we'll get that corrected. But I think it's called Build It. Maybe it's Built With It. Might be Built With It. I don't know. I will double check. I'm just going off of my memory from yesterday, but I'll double check what that is. But what the cool thing about that site is too, is that it just literally will list out every single thing that they're using on any site. Any site. You find a site you like, you put in the URL, and it tells you what the platform, if it's WordPress, what type of theme it's on, what the hosting is at, anything, apps, widgets, like everything. It goes into specifics that I don't even know. It goes into like jQuery and like the code, the type of code it's written in, stuff like that. Stuff that we would never, us mortal men would never understand. So anyway, sorry if I gave you the wrong information on that, but we will get it fixed for you guys right away. Before I go on to buildwithit.com, is it? There you go. Built with. Okay. Built with. Thanks, Sean, for figuring that out for us. I don't have to get on and do another scope on builtwith.com. So correction, builtwith.com. If you guys want to put that up there, so you guys will know what that is. And thanks for checking it while we were live on the scope. But before I get off, I just want to know: do you guys have any final thoughts? Any questions? Anything that you have burning inside of you that you want to get out while you have me on here? Most people that don't know who I am, my name's KarlSchuckert. I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in multiple streams of income. I like teaching other people about multiple streams of income. I'm all about leadership, inspiration. I don't understand Spanish, me neither. So what do you want to know about it? If you don't understand Spanish but you want to learn, you should go learn. Plenty of resources out there for learning how to speak Spanish or even understand Spanish. You know, actually for you, I'll give you a better tip. Go to Mexico and spend a month in Mexico, and I bet you will learn Spanish in a month. And the reason why I know that is I spent a couple of weeks in Mexico, and by the end, I definitely understood a lot more than I ever did before I went in, because you get into a place where you're like, I don't understand anybody, I need to understand. Want to get into direct marketing, not tech savvy. Dude, direct marketing is what I'm all about, bro. I am a salesperson for most of my life. I've ran multiple 7-figure sales companies and teams. I've taught lots of people in sales. There's 2 industries that I highly recommend that you get into if you want to get into direct sales. And yeah, man, fireside chat. One of them is insurance, and the other one is real estate. Those are the 2 biggest industries in the world that you can do direct sales with. Do them both. Yeah, you got to get licensed, you got to study, you got to work for it, because guess what? They ain't going to give it to you. You got to work for it. You got to work for your industry and your money, and sales is where it's at. Now, if you don't have a lot of money to get into it, then go become a car salesman where you could start at least learning how to sell, okay? Because that's the #1 skill you could ever teach yourself. I don't care what business you're in, because you're always in sales, no matter what business you're in. If you're in the business of housekeeping, you're still in sales. Love to connect with you next time you're down. Yeah, man, definitely would love to connect again. Had a great time meeting and doing that scope, dude. That was awesome. We had a really good scope interview with me and Rob Cage, and definitely thanks for being on mine. And next time we hook up, maybe we'll do another one. Next time I'm going to be there, I should be there next Tuesday, Wednesday. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday. It depends on the weather, but that's typically how I do it. Last week, I was there for 3 days. I actually stayed for an extra day. You never know. You never know. My ultimate focus is when I get there is that I get productive. Love to get to your level for my my musicians and artists. Yeah, I mean, let's meet up, man. If you want to pick my brain and you think I have some good ideas, I will definitely help out any way I possibly can. I have a real estate license, but don't want to deal with homes, buyers. Yeah, that's the thing about sales, man. You got to change your mindset with people. So what? Insurance, same thing, man. I got to deal with car sales. Doesn't matter. No matter what business you're in sales, you got to deal with people. You got to become a people person, even if you're not a people person. You got to learn how to connect with people, understand their needs and their wants. Because once you know what their needs and their wants are, you can find solutions to their problems. That's it, man. It's a simple thing. People like try to overcomplicate sales. It's like, oh, it's so hard to understand, blah, blah. No, it's not hard. It's just a few simple questions. What do you like the best about this? Commercial real estate is interesting. Yeah, that might be a better route for you because you're dealing with a little bit more of a professional mindset of people versus homes. But also, too, if you're selling low-income homes to low-income people, that could be an issue, too, I would imagine. I don't know a lot about real estate, but if I were to just think about it, I would think that there's different levels, just like insurance too. I mean, like I started off selling low-level life insurance policies and then ended up selling high-level annuities, and then I ended up coming back to selling low-level insurance products because it was easy and it was very profitable, and it also was easy to get into doors. So it just really depends on for you. You might be different. Now, it could also, a lot of that could have been done with my marketing approach too, because there's different ways to market yourself. There's different ways to get yourself out there. But there's no other business in the world than sales that will pay you what you're worth. Even Shopify, guys, you still have to know how to sell. You got to be able to know how to have a unique selling proposition for people to want to buy your stuff or give you their information so you can sell them stuff later on in the future. Would love to learn how to do free plus shipping bridge pages plus smart member. Want to learn that. Hey, if you want to learn that, you need to go to chrisrecord.tv. My friend Chris will definitely show you everything there because he owns he basically owns that whole thing. I'm out of that industry. I'd rather design shirts. Totally. Hey, no worries there. Nothing wrong with that, right? Gotta love the laptop lifestyle. But hey, the experience that you got from the real estate industry, that is what you take. You take that information, that sales information, and I will get into what I do here in a minute. I will take that information that you learned. When you learned about buying triggers, sales triggers, that kind of stuff, you got to learn how to use that. My phone, too, by the way, I've got 10% left, so I can't be on the phone for much longer. But take that same information, it's the same psychology, and just pretend think about when someone goes to your website, think you just opened the door to your building and they just came in. What's the first thing you should tell them? You should introduce them to, you should educate them about. What's the first thing that you think they would be interested about? If you're doing highly targeted ads, then you know what they're going to be interested in. So as soon as you bring them into your door, you're basically pitching them on, hey, I noticed that you love golf. Check this out. Right now, we will fix your swing for free. Want to know more information? Fill out this card here, fill out this information here, and we will go ahead and ship you a free ebook that will fix your swing. Something like that. I mean, that's just very generic, but it's just an idea of how you do it. It's the same thing. It's just with a net instead of a pole. Because when you're selling face-to-face, you're selling with a pole. You're fishing with a pole. But if you're selling with a net, the internet, you're going broad, you're going out, and then you're finding highly targeted leads to bring in to that message to convert those people into sales and build a list so you can sell them again and again and again and again and again and again, because a buyer is a buyer is a buyer is a buyer. Now, going back into what I do, my name's KarlSchuckert for that one person. My name's KarlSchuckert. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an internet marketer. I believe in multiple streams of income. I've got a background in sales. I've been in sales most of my life. Yeah, fish with a net. Been in sales most of my life. Became more of a professional salesperson 15 years ago. And then back in 2007, built an online platform that taught insurance agents how to sell, and became really kind of well known in that industry with that, did really well with that. And then since then, I've built software. I've got a couple of apps out there. I've got all kinds of stuff. My family owns a restaurant. I want to get rich badly. How bad do you want it? Because if you ain't rich yet, then you don't want it bad enough. I ain't rich yet, but I want it bad too, man. I want it bad. I'm like hustler's ambition. Get rich or die trying. I'm a 50-cent believer. You got to just get rich or die trying. You got to want it bad, and then you got to do it. And you got to fail, and then you find the right grooves, and once you get into those grooves of success, you ride that baby out, man. Been out of my job market since January. Yeah, get into sales. Get into sales. Hey, 50 Cent wrote a book. He didn't write it, but his name's on it. It's called The 50th Law. Get it. Get that book. That book helped me out in so many ways, and it's an amazing, amazing book. So I'll leave you guys with that book recommendation called The 50th Law. It was written by the guy that wrote, his last name is Green. He wrote 48 Laws of Power, and he also wrote The 50th Law. And it has 50 Cent narrating it, and it's a sick book. Yeah, 50th Law, get it, listen to it, yeah. How can you get in touch? Okay, anyone want to put my URL up? It's winatlife.us, winatlife.us. And also, too, I'm an affiliate for a product that nobody else is actually promoting right now, which I have no idea. It's a social media management software with a one-time price. You pay once, and you get it for life. You don't have to pay monthly into monthly fees, and it's actually super sick software. Very, very sick software. So go to winatlife.us, and I'm going to send out an email shortly on a highly recommended social media software that does like viral videos, viral images. It sends out, it's sick. You can actually do your own images. It has an image editor. Okay, I've paid way more money just for an image editor. It's got it built into it already. Very, very cool piece of software. So go to winatlife.us, and you'll get my recommendation for that. Hey, you gotta be on the list. I can't tell you the name. Get on the list, and then I will give you the name, and it's gonna come out in the next it's already out actually. So I'm gonna pump out the rest of this other video I made today, and then you guys will get more information about it. And again, hey man, and women, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me again for a wonderful Periscope. You are really smooth, Karl. You need to train more because you are straight up. No BS. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. That means a lot. Means a lot. I'm in IT as well. Cool, man. IT is a good business. I would love to hear more. So join me. Go ahead and join my list, and you'll hear more soon from me. We'll definitely be Periscoping. And Rob Cage, man, I will hit you up. I will do some Periscopes so you'll know I'm in the area. And we'll all talk soon. Thanks for joining.